What's up, folks? This is HHRS Radio Show, man. This is Moose, a.k.a. Big House. I'm the host of the show. And we're live at Sticks at 361.
Indiana.
Indiana.
It's not.
It's not easy.
There's no direction.
Hey, so I tell you what, man. You know what? That smooth voice you heard that was second from the excitement of Indiana is the star of the show. It's the one, the only, A. Jeezy.
What's going on, man? Can't complain. I literally just answered my own question.
What you say?
I'm having a Jim Carrey moment.
Sometimes you gotta talk to yourself. You need good advice.
Yeah, as long as you don't answer yourself, you're good.
You did though.
I know. I literally said Moose's part for him, and then I said can't complain.
What's up, man?
Yeah, man, life's good, man.
All right. Hey, we got the lady that's show in the house,
yes.
man. You heard her, man. She's enthusiastic this evening.
Yes.
I am.
It's the one, the only Run. E-M-C.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
You know what? It's warm. I didn't have to wear a coat tonight.
Is she rocking the Rakim paid in full vest over there, yeah?
Throwback.
Love this thing.
And
it's
she has
warm.
Over under the Run Over Paid in Full is the movie.
I have never watched it, but I have heard of it.
Under. That might not even be her jacket.
It is mine. I bought it at Old Navy.
Some dude left it at the house.
Shut up. It's not a dude's vest.
And she didn't put
Bought
it
at
over.
Old
She
Navy.
put on, I'm rocking
this.
Oh, it's mine.
Right.
This is my favorite.
Right, you go.
It's mine.
Ladies, you know how you do out there. You know,
Right.
dude.
Okay, but no, if I steal somebody's hoodie, then it usually is my favorite hoodie. But this is my vest. I bought this vest.
It's all kind of powder.
I have the receipt.
Everything.
Gross.
Smell like weed.
Right. And you know how ladies
Gross.
do it. You know, like the dude, you don't even like the dude, but you wear the heck out of his hoodie, sweatpants,
Right.
all that.
Bro, you never
I
seen
do
Paid
that.
in Full?
I don't think I've ever seen it.
That is a hood classic.
So like hood movies that I've seen later in life, because I didn't know about them until later in life, are School Days.
That's not a hood movie, really.
I feel like it's Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, black people in it.
Oh, what's the one?
Her, it's a hood movie.
It is. You guys listen.
Hold on. School Days is not a hood movie.
Yes,
Yeah, they all in college. They all in
Oh
college.
my god.
I was literally thinking the same thing. It is not a hood movie. Just because
It's a good movie, higher learning.
Fine.
They're in college too.
I don't know what that is.
So is Black Panther gonna be a hood movie?
Maybe.
Because they're Wakanda, they all like superheroes.
Listen, you didn't let me finish. Boys in the Hood. Boys in the Hood counts as a hood movie.
But hold on.
It has the word hood in the title.
Run.
And I've seen Juice.
Those good movies.
Run. You literally said School Days.
I did lead with that one. Here's the thing.
And they literally in college.
Where I came from.
They're all in college.
The program.
Right.
Where I came from. If it was all black cast, it was a hood movie.
That is ridiculous.
That's how I grew up.
That is ridiculous.
Hey man, no. I'm gonna tell you right now.
I understand
Like, look, the best way to think about that is that's how society is.
That's how it is. It's literally School Days is literally about.
If you got more than 2 black characters,
It's a hood movie.
Hood movie.
You guys, I didn't even know that Black Christmas music existed until, I don't know,
Last week.
a week and a half ago.
Run.
I didn't know.
I
didn't know.
This is amazing.
I didn't know. But listen, here's how much you people influence my life.
I'm sorry. Did you say you people?
Run.
Are we really going there right now?
Oh no, this
I
is.
mean, you two people.
This is going lovely.
This is going south real fast. I went to.
Oh yeah, we gotta go south because that's where we came from.
Yep.
Right?
So I went to my family Christmas.
Charleston, South Carolina. Stand up.
Duh.
So I am what Moose would call a pilgrim, and I went to my pilgrim family Christmas, and because of my circle of influence, I looked at all of the dishes and I said, "You guys, there's nothing green here." And my great aunt, she said, "Well, there's salad." And I'm like, "Well, that doesn't count." And my grandma said, "There's green bean casserole," and I said, "That's not green." Nothing. 0 vegetables other than lettuce.
Was there flavor?
No, I mean, so
Gravy.
well.
If I go to a cabinet, is there a spice cabinet?
At my grandma's, no, because she can't cook to save her life. Bless her heart. So
What
my
grandma
mother,
can't cook?
mine.
No. It's grandma, not Nana or Big Mama. You know, we can continue.
She's my grandma. She can't cook to save her life. So my mom cooked. She made beef tips, so they were good. They were in gravy. Mashed potatoes were rather plain. And I had salad. I ate the salad. That was all I ate.
So Ron, let me ask you
Nothing
this.
else looked good.
Based off your new life circumstances, have you looked at food completely different?
Yes. It's ridiculous.
Like has a ray of light here. Like, wow, there's flavor.
Yes. I feel like I lived my whole life in the dark. There's nothing. Blandness of beige.
I told a story.
Skin color and food color. All the food at Christmas was beige.
I always told this story. When I was in college, one of the Jason Patterson, one of my good friends.
I thought it was the gay dude that played basketball.
No. Jason's mom, we would go to his house because he lived close to campus. Well, he lived closer to than everybody else who was in California. So his mom found out that I like fried chicken. So she's like, you know what? Because you guys, we can go home for Thanksgiving, she's like, I'm going to make you some fried chicken. I was like, yes. I was all excited. I was the happiest day. Like, man, I got some bird. Like, I had no bird since, because I'm out in Lincoln. Ain't no birds. Like, all tacos, whatever. So I go to the house. His mom got the chicken out. And I'm like, yeah. So I'm kind of sitting down. And I look at it. And she literally takes the chicken out, puts it in the flour, drops it in the grease.
And nothing else?
There was not a Lowry's. There wasn't no onion powder, garlic powder. It was just chicken, clean, battered. Maybe it was some pepper or salt and pepper into the fryer, yo.
I mean, you know what? If you do it right, that's all you need is something.
Let me tell you something, dog. If you ain't get that Lowry's,
You don't want it.
I was thankful.
Right.
It was Thanksgiving.
It's not normal. Not normal for you.
And then she kept looking at me like, is it good? And I'm thinking to myself, like, should I be honest?
No.
Like women want you to
just say
be?
thank
This
you.
is delicious.
Or should I lie like men do always?
This is delicious, ma'am. Thank you very
Yeah.
much. I appreciate
That's
it.
exactly what I said. As I proceeded to eat like 2 pieces, and that was it.
Hey, man, I tell you what.
So like a mustard through.
The name of the show is called Heat Wave.
Yes.
We do this from Indianapolis, Indiana, and it's like 50. And it's like a few days before Christmas. Although we may have a white Christmas, like snow.
It'd be a dust
I'm okay
over.
with that.
That's
I
all
like
right.
snow on
and then let it be
Christmas.
over with, and then be done.
Yes.
But you know what? When it's snowing, it's not really that cold when it's snowing. People don't understand that.
Cool, because it has to be
Right.
at least 32. If it's any more than that, it's ice.
Which is odd when it rains when it's like in the 20s. That's a whole other subject that I don't even want to get into.
Yeah, we don't even want to talk about
Because that makes no sense to me. Like it's 20 degrees
That's its own show.
and it's raining. Like how is that even possible? We'll continue.
it must be the heart machine.
No, I don't know what it is. It don't make sense.
Okay.
Anyhow, I like Christmas when it looks like a snow globe outside, but I would prefer that it doesn't totally stick to the ground. Just a little light dusting. That's all.
When it, actually, you know what? Honestly, I like when it's snowing. When it's the big snowflakes.
Yeah, floating around like a snow globe.
Yeah,
but I don't
that's
want
awesome.
like a lot of snow to stick to the ground.
I don't mind. I don't mind snow. I just don't like when it's after the snow. Then it gets like that ice cold.
Slushy.
Remember when, like 2 years ago, like -15 or negative.
Yes, I remember. I broke my door that day because I couldn't open it.
Yeah, that was
My whole cans broke the handle off.
that was insane.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
My whole cans broke the handle
Hulk
off.
hands.
Hulk.
Okay.
What'd you think I said?
I'm not sure.
Hulk, like the green guy.
You got some man hands for sure.
I have baby hands.
Hey, so guys.
I have baby hands. Let me see
Hey,
yours.
so check this out, man. We're also going to talk about
Jeezy's
brews.
hand is twice the size of mine.
We're going to talk about brews and reviews today.
Fitz.
We got Christmas.
Fitz.
We got Christmas coming up. I haven't seen it. We got Christmas.
Dude.
We got Christmas coming up, folks, man. So this is my
All right,
Christmas
Booze.
show.
I'm asking you for a favor.
Oh gosh.
I'm asking you for a
Yeah,
favor.
you
go.
jumping all in it.
I'm asking you for a favor, dog.
Favor, okay.
Listen.
Yeah.
This holiday's coming up, so you got time.
Yes.
You gotta watch this episode on time this Friday. Please catch up to watch it.
That
at
means
least
Thursday you have to watch all of the ones
So
you
I
have
have to watch. I think I missed
You
the
have
last
to become a binge watcher.
At least
I missed the last two.
I
At
only
least
saw
by
the
Sunday.
first hour of the first one.
Because I haven't even seen Fitch yet in the new episode. To me, he's not even back yet.
Dude,
He's still on Earth
Hey,
somewhere.
He's writing postcards.
He's on Earth where it's blew up.
That was a good one.
Where it's blew up.
That was like episode 1, huh?
It's the only one I've seen so far.
Dude. This show is like,
That's everything.
the writing is so good, man. How was Inhumans so bad when this show was so good? Like, Inhumans, I can only muster up 2 episodes. Like, I can't. I'm knowing all things Marvel, but this one, I'm out. And this show was like, yeah. And there was a line of dialogue. Again, Mac. There are some things that when writers write stuff and they say it to, especially Mac, I'm like, that could have so many different meanings because of Mac, who he is. And when they say it to him, you like, I wonder did y'all write that because he's a father in the show, or you trying to say something else about just black people in general? Because there's a line in the movie, and when I saw, I was like, am I being too sensitive right now? Am I being a sensitive black guy?
Well,
right
it's like the one where he said in the pilot, which I'm sure everybody's seen by now, and he's like,
we sticking together.
This is like a horror movie, and now y'all seen horror movies before,
Right?
We sticking together,
Yeah.
because you know who goes first.
You know who goes first?
So he, at least he identifies as a brother.
Was a brother. There's a line.
And I feel like Mac and I think you know what, Gigi? I think you, The Rock, Mac, and I, we're all in the same tribe.
All in the same tribe.
You know what I'm saying?
That must be why I like you guys so much.
Yeah, we're all in the same.
We're all
tribe.
in the same tribe. Yeah,
that's what I think.
We definitely Eskimo brothers.
You and I just did a few more push-aways and a few less push-ups.
Yeah,
than Mac and Rock.
No, it is. We're like the Earth 2 version.
No, we're like the last. You see a family where like the mom was young and that first child is like
right.
a superstar, and that second child is good.
We definitely second marriage.
Older mom. Yeah. We older mom children, man. Daggone it. I still love you.
From Earth 2.
I still love you, mama. Hey, so guys. Last week we talked about net neutrality.
Oh my god!
And then the very next day, it totally
roof
blew
off.
up.
It's funny because like I knew nothing about. Apparently, this has been going on since for a while, and again we so blinded by all the sexual harassment stuff. I didn't even know.
No. You are thinking about Flat Earth and Heart Machine. You're not paying attention to what's going on.
I watch CNN like every day, and I've never seen net neutrality anywhere. And the fact that they call it net neutrality is just like a word that people.
Well, it's going away.
It's going away, but I mean that the verbiage of words, like if you say net neutrality to anybody out before last week, they have no idea what you're talking about. Like, what does that mean?
No, because that was something Obama did. Nobody was paying attention.
And if people, I hate.
You want to talk about it real quick? I mean, you want to explain kind of what it is?
But net neutrality, the Obama administration, because for the past decade, companies like Verizon, Comcast, AT&T, all these service providers have been trying to basically make the internet a la carte, where basically you pay for what you use, pay for service. So for instance, back in 2000, I think it was like 5, Verizon was sued by Netflix because they was tethering Netflix, because obviously Verizon want to push their own streaming, so they slow down Netflix. So it makes you discouraged and you go out and buy whatever, their product is. Just like if you go on Amazon, you can't buy nothing that says Google Chrome. You can't buy Chromecast on Amazon. So all these competing companies have products they want to push. So with net neutrality, since it is that Obama administration said, look, the internet should be free for all, and it should be open. Like you should be able to do whatever open source, whatever you want to do on the internet is free. And it's open to everybody to use it freely. It's a utility. It's classified as a utility, meaning you cannot regulate it. It's open for everybody to use it. And so when the Democrats are in power, the FCC is a nonpartisan organization. However, whatever party is in office has the majority. So like when Obama was in, it was 3 Democrats, 2 Republicans in the FCC. There's 5 people. So when Obama left and Trump came in, which is a Republican,
and he's a brother too, by the way.
a brother from
He's African.
Yeah, African for
He's still
sure.
a brother though.
So, but see, people think Obama put him in as a Republican because he had to find somebody, a Republican, somebody to put in that spot. You can't put another Democrat. You can't have it 4-1. It has to be the most you can put is 3. So that slot came open. So he had to put somebody from the Republican Party in there. So he found that dude, put him in. So thinking he wasn't thinking nothing about it. So once President Trump came into office, then it flipped. You drop a Democrat, add a Republican. So now this dude became the chair, and then pretty much, want to do this net neutrality deal. And basically what that means is that companies will now be able to,
essentially, your services can come at premium.
At a premium.
So if you really like Netflix, then you can pay possibly a little extra, and that will be at the same speed you want it. However, if you have Hulu, or you don't have Hulu is slower to your system because you don't pay them the premium for the correct bandwidth.
Well, the way it works is either, say, Comcast, who owns...
There'll be traffic, yeah. The traffic will be different.
Yeah, so Comcast, who owns NBC, who owns Hulu, right? So Hulu will stream. If you got Comcast, Hulu might stream perfectly because obviously Comcast wants you to use Hulu because it's theirs. Mm-hmm. So they'll make Netflix go slower. So they'll tell Netflix, hey, Netflix, if you want your stuff to go faster, you got to pay us a premium to make the service go faster. So Netflix might be like, all right, I'll pay it, and just kind of pass that cost off to the customer. Mm-hmm. Or they big enough, they might eat it. They might say, no, we'll eat the cost of that to keep our services moving faster. But the problem with that is Joe Little guy, they try to come in the internet now, who has his own website, his own idea. Spreaker.com, whatever.
Y'all need to. They gonna start charging us more.
Yeah, the podcast, all this free media podcasts and stuff. It's like
it's not free, by the way. You know that we pay.
We pay. I'm talking about we have a free option, but what I'm saying is all this podcasting that the people doing is like now it's gonna be like, you know what? They can eliminate it all together if they want to. All the free porn you was getting can be eliminated if they want to. They can just outright block the sites.
I'm mad about this whole situation.
So the problem with it is like, for instance, Comcast owns Yahoo. So let's say you used to using Google search on your Comcast. Well, Comcast would be like, you know what? We blocking all Google everything. And they can do that. They can block it. You got to pay us to use Google services on our IP.
Speaking of that, I saw that AOL is gone. Like if you had a chat name and all that on AOL, it's over with. Like as of last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
So all you AOL users.
But you know what? Yeah.
All you AOL users, man. It's over
you know what's crazy? People were still paying. That you was paying like $25 a month to keep your AOL email. Which is, I have no idea why you would do that.
That's silly.
But some people kept their AOL email.
They was used to it. It was comfortable to them. That's how it goes. Man, you listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show. Remember, we are where you are.
So get comfortable.
And come on in.
That was weird.
I'm not
sure. Did the wrong line.
I'm not sure what just happened.
I'm not saying anything
see the picture I posted?
Hey, yes, it was very funny. I think I've been there. I think it's in Iowa.
Listen, come on in.
Hey, guys, you can check us out, man, on Instagram at Heavy Hitters Radio Show. You can also catch us on Facebook at Heavy Hitters Radio Show. And on Twitter at Heavy Hitters
_.
Yeah, you can catch us on all
for
those
now
things.
because that might start costing Twitter.
Man, if it's, I don't know. We'll definitely see how that goes. Hey, man, I tell you what, we appreciate you, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hey, so Jeezy, like, if there was your kind of dream present this year, what would it be?
Probably a cigar humidor, a big one.
Like a walk-in?
Oh, I'm gonna walk in. That would definitely be a dream. But just probably like the size of like a micro fridge. I could probably store like 200-300 cigars.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like I really want to get my stock up to where I have at least 200 to 300 cigars, and I want to have like maybe 100 good ones where I don't smoke them. I just kind of like only on certain occasions. Then I have like the ones I kind of like pilly-pally through daily or whatever. I choose to smoke one, like the little cheap.
Smoke a cigar every day?
Yeah, about every day.
Okay. Wow.
Trying to see all of his pictures?
Yeah, I'm a cigar smoker, man.
Okay.
Keeps me relaxed, man. You know, I don't play
Do you
Xbox.
inhale?
No.
Okay.
I don't play Xbox. I don't play, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
I mean, I have one, but I don't. I try to get into it again, but it's like I'm too busy.
you get to a point where it's just such a waste of time.
It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
You know, so.
And you do get into it, and then next thing you know, it's like, shit, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I got shit.
Yeah,
That's exactly how binge watching works. So you know. Because I know you're not a binge watcher.
No.
But that's exactly how it works.
When you're playing a game.
All of a sudden, oh God, yeah, it's 3 o'clock and I am still watching.
But when you're playing a game, you're engaged because your fingers are moving.
I am engaged when I watch.
You know what though?
But you're not. All you're doing is sitting there.
No, I equivalent to like, for instance, Sunday night, I go on YouTube journeys, man. I'm telling you,
that doesn't surprise me.
YouTube journey is almost worse than binge watching and playing games. It's like they get you at 5 minutes at a time.
So you're watching 50 of them.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just keep clicking like, and they get you in the sideline like, oh, and the tagline always gets you like, oh, that's.
It's never the same. It'll be like some chick with like humongous hooters,
right?
And it's like, oh, wardrobe fails.
Yeah.
And then you go in there and it's like, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Matter of fact, she's on there for like
0.01 seconds.
Exactly.
Just to have the cover.
All she is the cover.
The cover.
And then the stuff that you don't even
care about. But
it's like dudes working at Wendy's.
Or you get rickrolled.
Right. Right. Yeah. Nobody wants to do that.
Yeah, but so they get you at, you know, because and the thing is they get me because if I look at anything on Flat Earth, as soon as I log into YouTube, I got Flat Earth this. Then it's followed by wrestling, you know, commentary. Then it's like Marvel, like Infinity War extended trailer. I'm like, oh, what is this? And then they give you like all these other trailers and all these new movies, and they just sit there and watch trailers all night.
That's hilarious, man.
So yeah, they give me about two to 5 minutes at a time.
Have his radio show, man. You know, we're not gonna be stuck on YouTube. They need to be stuck on Spreaker.com or any other podcast they need to be stuck on. Any podcast sites.
Pod Addict is a real good one for Android users. If you don't have Apple Podcasts, you can definitely catch us on Podcast Addict. Man, put in independent radio, we come right up. And go ahead and hit that subscribe button.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Hey, I tell you what, so we are at Sticks, man. It's 361.
Indiana.
Yeah, well, she gets so excited. By the way,
I do every time.
Speaking, if you want to talk about college basketball real quick, did anybody catch the Indiana Hoosiers score yesterday? They got blown out by Fort Wayne, like the Mastodons of Fort Wayne. And that's the second year in a row. After they beat Notre Dame on Saturday by 20, and then they lost by maybe 30 yesterday. It was like 95-60 something.
It's really painful being a Hoosier fan.
And let me tell you something. The Mastodons hit, I want to say 30 3-pointers or something crazy. No, not 30. 20. I mean, just like something that was astronomical 3-pointers, man. Those guys are on fire, and they were focused to beat the Indiana Hoosiers.
Okay, I got a funny story. So one of my friends on Instagram, daughter goes to a school. I want to say it's in not Whiteland. It's in
somewhere in Indiana.
Somewhere in there, McCoursville or one of them places. And so she played basketball. And so on her jersey it said the McCoursville Arabians. And I was like, no, it said Arabs. And I was like, at first, the first thing I thought, I was like, Arabs? You can't be the Arabians. Like, that's not.
That's
But it's a horse. I know now. Arabian is a horse.
Right.
Dumb me. I just found that out. I mean, education. I didn't know that.
Well,
that was apparently Ron didn't know that either.
I didn't. I did not know that.
Pendleton.
That's what it is.
Pendleton on the Arabian.
Yeah, that's what it is. So when I saw it, I was like, that is not PC. That's the first thing I saw. Like, what?
Whiteland is also not PC.
Huh?
Whiteland is also not PC.
With the Warriors? Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's better than,
it's an Indian head.
It's not the Redskins.
It's not the Redskins.
True.
But when I saw Arabians, I was like, what is this?
Because you have a team called the West Side Black Guys. Would it be okay?
It'd be like it'd be the West Side Colors. or the caramel colors.
That would be offensive.
That would be so offensive.
If you're like a basketball team, we call it the caramel colors.
The caramel colors.
We're not doing that.
No.
Oh man, why not?
The Centerville Caucasians. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, could you have that now? I mean, is that like nobody's going?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to use humans, beings, cultures as like mascots.
It is. So you don't like? You telling me you don't like the Redskins?
The Redskins. I mean, granted, there's not enough Indians on the planet in this country to.
They're Native Americans.
To really. I know, right?
Yeah, you messed
up. The Native Americans.
Speaking of that, like in schools, you know what you do. You tell them in school.
Indians come from India.
You know how you sit down. You know how you sit down.
Crisscross applesauce.
Crisscross applesauce.
You cannot sit Indian style anymore.
That's ridiculous.
That's how you do it, man.
You can't be an Indian giver, but
no.
Nope. That's never really been allowed. It's always frowned upon.
Could I play with the Brownsburg brothers? I couldn't play for them.
Right.
I couldn't play for them.
Right.
No.
The Avon Afros.
Yeah. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. Like, am I able to play with those guys?
No.
Why not?
The Danville Darkies.
The West Side is. That's so funny. All right, so you telling me I can't play for none of them?
No.
I don't understand why not though.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I don't understand, man. The Plainfield Pink Card.
Right. The pink, right.
I can't play
the
for
Edinburgh Essays.
You're on a roll. Yeah, I'm going to call you Butter tonight. You're L Butter. You're L Butter because you're on a roll tonight.
You're not.
I love it, man.
You're not playing with them teams. But you should imagine.
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. Why? What's the reason? What's the reason I can't play for the Danville? What'd you call it?
Darkies.
The Danville Darkies. How come I can't play?
The mascot's like a black kid with an afro and like white lips.
With the big red boys with a pick.
with a pick. No, you can't do that. Yeah.
For what reason?
Because you. I mean, the PC police would kill you. I don't think it's appropriate to make.
But I can play for the Redskins.
Was it caricatures?
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, word to say of people culture.
You know, I told somebody today. I was talking to a very smart man, and he said a word. I can't even remember it now, and I could say it, and I told him, I said, you know what? It's hard for my black tongue to say this.
To say certain words.
Because I was a little bit. Who is that guy? I was a little bit tired.
Oh, yeah, dude is sick right here. Yo.
I was a little bit tired, and I had, I just kind of
like 16.
And so I told him, I said, you know what? It's hard for my black tongue to say that. And he kind of laughed, but it's the truth. I mean, there's just certain things. So like, if you're a speech and language pathologist, right?
Linguist.
And speech and language pathologist, and you are working with a black child, you won't change the words they say, like ax. Like I like to ask you a question. Yeah. They won't change that. Like I just said, they won't change that. Right? They won't change that, ask, all those type of words. And it's because it's part of their culture, and they deem it a necessary thing for their and to survive in their culture. What do you guys think about that? And by the way, I have a prepaid rebuttal, so go.
I think as it's almost like a double-edged sword. Like on one hand, I understand it, I get it, but on the other hand, are you encouraging like ignorance?
I think that you need to allow their culture to stay as common conversational language, but they also should have professional language. Written language should not be the same thing as your conversational spoken language, because I think that, when they're 23 and they're going for a big kid job, if they don't have the professional language, then they will potentially be looked at as ignorant. And if you are not writing it correctly for your resume or cover letter or things like that, again, that's going to get thrown out before you even get an interview, because that is a turnoff to employers. So I think you need to have conversational language for your culture, and I think you need to have professional language to survive in society and move forward.
But see, what it is. But that's what Ron is saying is 100% true. Like, you gotta have professional language, and then you gotta have your, which your boys call. But on the other side, that's the tap dance that as black people we do in this country. Like, that's the dance we play. Like, you call the house, call you at work. Yes, this is LGZ. How may I help you? And then like, oh, this move. What up, boss? Like my whole demeanor change when I know it's you. It's like, oh, what up, y'all? Shit, man, I had chilling, man. I'm about to try the gig.
All right, so here's on, and I'm gonna tell you right now. That's what I'm saying. I think that if I never learned how not to use acts and that and all that, then guess what? It cuts down my earning potential by several $1,000s. I can still work for the company. However, I can't be a marketing executive.
You only go so far.
I can't answer the phones. None of that. I can load the trucks. I can sweep the floor. Right? Yeah. I can't do nothing else. I can't be out in front if I'm speaking that way. Which significantly takes down my earning potential.
100%.
And that's what pisses me off about that.
So it's almost one of those things where when you hear them say, well, we don't want to change that, it's almost like we inherently you keeping us on the bottom.
That's exactly what I told several SLPs. I go, it's not you, but it's your your governing body that's like, you know what, here's the best way to keep some of these cats down. And you know what, I'll try to remember to grab the book. Maybe not next week, but the week after, I'll try to grab the book and read some of the things, because they have what they let go from, like, people from the Appalachian Mountains. So in Appalachian Mountains, if a person says, like, if we say there is a woman with a knife, right? That might be the correct way to say there is a woman with scissors, right? Mm-hmm. So then the Appalachian, they might say, there that girl go with them their scissors. Mm. They let that pass as okay because they're from that area. There that girl go with them their scissors.
That sounds ridiculous.
That's Appalachian, right? And if it's black, it's there she go with them scissors.
So basically, they just letting ignorance just reign supreme.
No,
it's surprising to me because when
she go with them scissors.
When we think about like standardized testing, first of all, the person that grades it doesn't know anything about the student. So if it's written that way, it's not going to get as many points as it could get. Mm-hmm. Also, when you are tested, like for oral reading fluency, you have to say exactly the words on the piece of paper. It can't be, well, it was close. Yeah, you can still understand it if you say something that's close, but if you don't say the exact words printed on the paper, then it's wrong. So I'm surprised that they don't correct it at all.
Well, you got to think about it. The SLP standardized way they do it was created before this new current standardized testing.
Yeah, but
and they just haven't
why
changed
is it not evolving like all things should as the time?
Well, I am the only person that paid attention to it, for sure. I'm sure there's SLPs, there's probably black SLPs that go, oh, I understand. I don't want to mess up their fluency in their family. Because, could it create a problem? Yes. On the other side of it is if I'm at school and you teach me to say, there goes that woman with a pair of scissors.
Yeah.
And I go home and I say, hey, Mom, you have a pair of scissors. Not, she got them scissors.
Running around there or some
right. You see what I'm saying? And so then my family treats me different because I don't talk like them.
I had to take a whole course on this in college.
But sometimes you have to be the one to change your family history.
No, there's no question. Hey, I tell you what, man, we could talk about this for hours and hours because, man, Moose is passionate about it. I tell you what, man, if you got some black children out there
awesome Southern
Appalachian children,
Southern white kids,
Southern Pilgrims, all that,
We talk
matter of fact, they had an Asian translation too that they let go. So if you're here in America, they let it go because you have an Asian, Asian accent. They let it go. And I just think that the powers that be will not let you go as far as you need to go unless you're Asian and you own it, then you let that go. If you're black and you own it, then you let that go. If you're Appalachian and you own it, then you let that go.
See, the thing is,
possibly.
Man, the thing is, man, it's a way to keep a certain class of people where they at.
That's what I think.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, it's like, you know what? So we ain't never got to worry about you, Miss. You know, you gonna run around here with them scissors. We ain't gotta never worry about you.
You gonna run around there with them there scissors.
Yeah, you mail room for sure.
So what's the answer?
You know
what I'm saying?
You mail room.
Like it's funny. I saw this billboard when I was in Decatur, Illinois, and it was like this guy was like, it was like Jewels at like their grocery stores, like Kroger, their Kroger, whatever. And this guy was like 40 years, and he was just a frozen food manager.
Right.
And I thought to myself, 40 years at a job, and the most you can accomplish is frozen food manager, not Jewel Osco manager.
Right. Store manager.
Store manager.
District.
I am a manager of a department.
The frozen
food department. And I've been here 40 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's because holding them down, man. Hey, man, I tell you, listen to Heavy Hits Radio Show. Hey, listen, so it's time for Blues and Reviews. Give me something. What you got?
I haven't seen Star Wars yet.
I have not either.
I have not.
And I'm not a Star Wars fan, by
I'm gonna say, but it probably. I think it's done like 700 million this weekend, something ridiculous.
I've heard a lot of people talking about it, but
people have seen it 3 times already. It just started on Thursday.
Yeah, I know, right? I got a lot of people who've seen it. I have not seen it. I'm not anxious to see it. I mean, I'm going to see it for sure, probably this weekend. But you know, I'm just kind of waiting for Black Panther.
That's not till February.
I know, right? But so Bruce reviews, man, like
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Talk about.
I'm talking about my watch I got from Wish, man.
Oh, what you got?
it is fancy. I like it. I've been staring at it.
Is that a?
It's a Wish app watch, man. From it's like the app.
Does it come from?
From Bangladesh, I don't know, China or something.
All right, talk about.
Yeah, man. I've been needing another watch, and I like.
Tell me. Go ahead. Sorry.
Tell you what.
Tell me more about this app because I've been hearing about it, and
The
I
Wish
think
app-
it might just be right up my alley.
So Wish, okay, they have gotten a lot better because Wish used to be you wish until you can get it. You wish you can get it early. It would take like literally like you order stuff, it would take like 2-3 months.
Right.
But now they got free like $3.99. You get it in like 4 days. So it's like everything comes from overseas. I don't know. I ain't gonna say China because you don't know, but it's overseas, whatever.
Everything.
But it's like
anyway.
This watch here in particular was $9.
And it's people that can't see it. It's fancy. It would go with everything.
Yeah.
Because
So I bought a brown one to go with my brown, my green, and and I bought a gray one and a black one. It was like $30 for 3 watches, and they all. You know, I like the leather straps and everything. So far, man, it's I have no complaints, man.
Is it keeping time?
I mean, it's not fancy like yo, but yeah, it's definitely keeping time, man.
Well, no, it's fancy.
I mean, you know, so the Wish app, man. So far, I've ordered my lighter off there. Oh, this lighter, I've been wanting one of these. You know,
it's not your fancy torch.
No, speaking of my fancy torch, we'll get on that in a second.
That's a huge lighter.
That's what she said. Yeah, I've been wanting one of them for a long time. Speaking of that,
it's girthy.
thank you to Oakland TSA for taking my lighter because it looked like as she said, it looks like a you know what. I'm like, you're not allowed to say gun or something. Is that like a forbidden word in the airport?
Yeah, it might freak out everybody.
So she's like,
yeah, you also can't say bomb. Have you ever seen Meet the Parents?
Yeah, I seen it, but yeah.
Can't say bomb on an airplane.
So she was like, do you want to mail it somewhere? I was like, nah, man, let's go ahead, man. Keep it. I only pay like I paid $7 for it, but it took me like 4 months to get it. That's when Wish was. Matter of fact, that was the first thing I ordered off Wish was that my little lighter. It took forever to get. But yeah, the Wish app, man, if you can get it, the Lakers actually, that's one of the sponsors of the Lakers, their little patch is the Wish. Yeah, the little Wish. So it's just a cool little app, man. They got everything on there, man.
I'm creating my account right now.
And it's like, and you get something free too when you start. Whenever you sign up, you get like
take all my money.
You get like a belt clip. You get like it's free, but it costs you like $1 to ship it. So the Wish app, man. I mean, it's legit. They got gym shoes. They got Jordans.
And so, like, I've seen here recently where a lot of people are paying, are using like Google Pay or like PayPal, Apple Pay, and all that kind of stuff. And so, I recently learned. Here's my Bruce reviews. I recently learned that those supposedly are safer than just pulling your card out and using your card. Here's why. So,
they want to send me a free ring.
In an instance,
I'm a girl.
In an instance where you're using your card to pay for something, so like say you're at an Apple store or something, right? So the Apple store has like a 12-digit code that they assign to your card. Mm-hmm. They send that 12-digit code to your bank. Your bank says, "Oh, okay, we understand that code. Here's the money." Then it sends the money over to the Apple server. The Apple server says, "Thank you for your money." Goes back to your card and assigns a new number to your card, not the same one that gave that money, but a new number, and that new number now then sits there and waits for you to make your next purchase.
I use Apple Pay all the time.
And so like the bank doesn't know what number that is, nobody knows but Apple. As soon as they send it, then they understand it and they send it back. So it's kind of like a three-way encryption, plus your finger or your code number at the point. So you know what? I mean, my identity hadn't been stolen, so I mean, so far I'm so cool with it. So we'll see how it goes. I think it's great technology, just to wave your phone by something you can pay for, to wave your watch, if you have a fancy watch, and just wave it, and it takes care of it, that kind of thing. That's right, you are left-handed, aren't you, Jeezy? I wonder why that.
Because I like the fact that, like, if you go to the Nike outlet, a lot of people don't know this. If you go to Edinburgh and the outlet, they can actually check you out anywhere. Any person can check you out. Because they have a little iPhone.
Yeah.
And just, you got to wait in line. It's like, yo, man, can you check me out? All right, cool. And they swipe you up right there and you just walk out the store.
Yeah, much like this is the Apple store.
Yeah, same technology.
Let's do it right there where you at. All right, so folks, Heavy Hitters Radio Show, man. It's right before Christmas. Sorry, Run EMC.
Yes.
What's your Christmas present? Your dream Christmas present.
I've been thinking about this question for like 24 hours now, and I think my dream Christmas present would be. Can I pick anything? Anything in the world?
It's your dream Christmas present.
I want fake tits.
We went there, didn't we?
That's the answer to that's what I want for Christmas.
I thought I heard correctly. I was looking down. And I'm kind of deaf in this ear. Did she say fake tits?
I did say fake tits.
She for sure put it out there to the world.
I guess the world one. So how big?
That's what I want.
How big are we going, man?
So I have thought this through. So I have wanted breast augmentation probably since I was 16.
So
it's been a while now.
So when you were 16, did you want like the big, like triple D's or just?
No. I mean, probably like double D's. I need to like go and get a consultation. So
why did me and Moose both look outside?
It was really awkward there for a minute.
We both just stared up in the distance.
Look, it's going to be a Heavy Hitters consult, and everybody will have a say.
I looked at you because I knew you.
But you know what? I'll come a long way, man. We can have a very healthy conversation, man, and in this new climate, man, Jeezy's not finna lose the independent radio. We're not losing independent radio.
Look at Matt Lauer.
Yeah, we're not gonna be Matt Lauer in this piece, yo. So
well, you guys have
Harvey Weinstein.
You have evidence.
Shout out to Harvey Weinstein, man. Matt Lauer. We're not gonna be y'all.
We're not gonna be y'all. I'm not losing the show because I make.
Look! It looks like Big Gay said, "Why would you want those rocks on your chest?"
Okay, so I don't want them to be like rock solid, but here's the thing.
No, what? I'm sorry. Continue.
When you spend your whole life wearing a small bra, it's annoying, and I want them. I've always wanted. So there's a home video of me when I was like 4. This is maybe oversharing, but welcome to the Heavy Hitters. And so I had, like those plastic balls that are like, they're not that big. They're good for like small children. I had 2 of them in my pajamas, and I'm walking around on the home video talking
Awesome.
about. I know. Are you? They're just not going to say anything.
To Mr. Gates.
But so my answer is, I've always wanted them. I would feel better about myself.
And these days they're not really rocks anymore.
They're not rocks at all. I've seen. I was a natural for life until I came across a pair that was fake, and I had no clue. No clue. I was like, what? Like, these are amazing.
So do they feel better like behind the muscle wall? Or
I heard if you go under the muscle, I heard that's better. I mean, like when you see the cleavage up top, that's all you, so it looks, as I'm doing.
Yes,
the cleavage
according
thing.
to my research, under the muscle looks more natural.
Jeezy the titty man, 'cause I knew that shit off top. It didn't take me no time to be like, yeah, under the muscle. I'm thinking, Ava Adams.
The recovery is longer if you go under the muscle, just because they have to stretch that muscle and put the implant in. But
yeah, Ava Adams is fake. No clue, you can't even tell.
Really?
You can't even tell. This jokers look like 2 balloons, boy.
Now, could you imagine there was a man that said,
imagine.
where they said, if you want, what would you want for Christmas? He said, penis implant.
I swear to God, man, I was just thinking. I swear we got telepathy.
Would any man say that?
We don't have that privilege, yo.
To say, because then everybody's
that's
making
not
fun
as
of it.
widely accepted.
Because you know good and well, if there was a surgery, but like, you know what, jokers would walk around here with 8 and 9 inches, 12 inches, jokers would go broke for that surgery, for sure. Like, jokers would go broke, like literally.
That's our moneymaker. You guys figure that out.
Like,
Figure it out.
What's your money, man?
I mean,
Figure out how to.
every cat in the world would walk in the room and do this.
You're right. People would pay a ton of money for that.
Yeah, dude.
No, I'm going to
like,
go as far as to say people. I think men and women, maybe alike, would pay millions of dollars
jokers
for
would
that.
be like, yo, you want,
I want a 12.
They want 12, yeah.
13. Matter of fact, give me a baker's dozen.
Give me Baker's dozen, dog. Give me that trunk. Yeah, dog. Jokers go broke. But women is widely acceptable. And I encourage you, ladies, man. If you want to make yourself feel, you want confident, man, go for it, yo.
Now,
Drop that 5 racks.
what about the back pain and
How about you work out, man? I'm tired of back pain. No, I got back pain, but no, I don't complain because I got this inner tube. And you know what, man? I don't go to the gym, man, so I don't cry about my knees and back hurting. Like, you know what? Until I do something about it,
Right.
I don't bitch about it.
You know what? That's actually great advice, man.
Yeah, no, don't bitch about it. If you ain't doing nothing about it, don't bitch about it. I don't hear nothing about your back. You got big titties, so what? Go do some fucking dips or some back rolls.
Do something to strengthen the back to support those.
Strengthen your back up.
But you know what you get a lot of times? You get women to say, "I don't even get a breast reduction."
I
My
know,
friend just had one, and I said,
it looks ridiculous.
I said, bitch, why didn't you call me? I would have taken that.
First of all, ladies.
Also, let's talk about this for a second.
Wait,
2018. I'm getting there.
Can you donate?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Can
Maybe.
you donate titty tissue?
Here's the
I'm pretty sure you
thing.
can.
Pineapple.
So,
I'm always late.
boobs are made out of fat, right? Like that. That's how they are. Why can you not suck the fat from my belly and put it in my tits? I don't. You just use mine.
It's probably
just
something.
Move it.
Just
move it somewhere else.
I think it's more to it than that.
I just want them to move it.
I don't know the science behind that, but I will say this, and I lost my train of thought because boobs always make me lose my train of thought. Ladies, if you get a reduction, it looks ridiculous. I'm just be honest. I'm gonna tell you why it looks ridiculous. Number one, there's a perfectly cuff shape under the bottom of a boob. Trust me, I know I am a boob aficionado. All right.
Okay.
So, first of all, they cut your nipple off. They take it off.
Yep, and they have to put it back on.
And have to put it back on. So that's step one. It looks silly to have. Because now you got like this boob and the nipple's like up high. It looks.
Well, and sometimes the whole nipple doesn't heal, so you don't have
so you
the
got
whole thing.
So you got this big scar tissue, that's scarred around the nipple, and then like there's a line that go from the bottom underneath.
Right, yep.
And it never. So sometimes you end up with a flat bottom. Like you always like it's always an imaginary glass sit up on your titty all the time. No, so here's what Jeezy recommends. Yeah, I know I saw that
What is it?
on the Wish app. It's like a wine.
It's a wine stopper.
So ladies, if anything, get a lift. And with a lift, all they do is basically cut the top and pull them bad boys up. And pull them bad boys up, and then do some dips, get that back strong. You know what I'm saying? And keep getting that promotion.
Okay, so as we talk about Me Too and all that kind of stuff, man, like I mean, truly, is there enough women out there to fund these movies and do the things they need to do, or to be the anchors of these TV shows and all that kind of stuff?
We didn't get into that last week.
And what's going to happen with that type of situation?
What's going to end up happening is this: as me and you had this conversation before off air. As much as people hate to admit it, men, especially white men, still run 90% of everything that's in this country. They own it. So what you end up doing is you're going to end up like going too far with it, where it's like, you know what? You're not going to use you as much as we used to. We're not going to give you the same privileges that we used to. We're not going to give you, because obviously you don't own none of these factories. You don't own none of these studios. You don't own none of this stuff. We still control. They still control everything in Hollywood. So it's like, if you can get your little money now, but now for the next generation, you just screw them out. You just screw the pooch, essentially.
And so I mean, but here's the thing, though. I mean, like,
and it shouldn't be that way, but it is what it is.
I mean, but these guys seem to be doing a lot, almost like not almost, but like literally too much. You know what I'm saying?
Too much.
If you force yourself, like Marshall Falk and all them. Well, I can remember one dude that sent a picture of himself. He sent a video of himself in the shower masturbating. He was an ex-football player on the NFL Network. And they all hit on the same chick, by the way. She was the Taylor, and they was all hitting on her.
Yeah, because she smashed him about one of them, and then
they started talking.
Yeah, pillow. Right. I mean, locker room talk, as Trump said.
Right. But here's the thing, though, fellas. What's the reason that you send a picture pleasuring yourself to somebody that you really don't know very well?
Also, I don't know anybody that wants that, even from someone that they do know really well. None of my friends want that.
No, friends won't tell you they want that, but trust me, you go on their phone, it's in there. See, women tend to be very. Women like to put this front on, like, I would never do that. You know, it happens. What, Ryan?
What?
Just do that one. Just grab your friend.
I downloaded this damn Wish app.
Just grab your friend phone and just go through her pictures. This is all kind of filth in there.
There's a kind of raunchiness in there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on record to say Ron doesn't appreciate it. It's like weird. It does nothing for me to get a picture or a video. No.
Really?
Yeah.
It does everything for me.
We're guys.
We're guys. I mean, yeah.
Guys are hounds. And I'm going to tell you right now, there's this one book that's actually probably a good book that people should read. It's more on a situation where, you understand your position, with the big fella upstairs, but it's called Wild at Heart.
It's called what?
Wild at Heart. And, it talks about how men should be kind of leaders in their household, but they're also, like wolves, essentially. And they're wild and that kind of thing, man. It's a great book, and it kind of explains what some of these men's behavior that goes. Except some of the men have gone too far. Some of the men have gone too far, but it's one of those things. I mean, like now, I just saw Dustin Hoffman went down today.
He did? Dustin Hoffman?
Dustin Hoffman, yeah.
It's like every week.
Tavis Smiley, obviously, this week, he went down.
What did he do exactly?
And Tavis Smiley got on television and said, hey, you know what? I don't care what y'all talking about. It was a consensual relationship with a co-worker. Here's what happened.
He also said that you find your spouse at work, so you shouldn't discourage office dating.
And then they came back. Some people tried to say that he was not telling the full truth, but he got right on television and was like, yo, it wasn't me. Like, this chick right here, we was in a relationship.
See, the thing is, man, until I'm waiting for the brother. See, one of these ladies gonna cross the wrong one. And what he gonna do? He gonna be like, oh yeah, he'll go to his phone. And he just start unloading pictures. Like, oh yeah, so I did this, and you sent me this by accident. What about this? What about this? What about this? You know what I'm saying? Because you know what?
I think those women will be quiet.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it 100. All you gotta do is go to fellas, ladies. If you think these ladies are innocent, just go to your local Google, turn on the adult search, and put in celebrity iPhone hack, and see how many female celebrities be taking nude pictures, sending them all over the place. They're everywhere. Let's put in celebrity leak photo hack for iPhone, and literally Scarlett Johansson. They all in there on their iPhone, naked in the mirror. So it's like you have Harvey Weinstein has no right to do the things he's done. Mm-hmm. None at all. The butt of the thing, no right. They have no right for that stuff. However, if you play any role in this, any role as far as like it was cool until you got fired, no, I won't listen.
Have you seen all the women the first women in the Me Too section? Have you seen all of them?
How many? What I want to know is how many Me Too's were still working for the company.
Bunch of them.
See, that's one thing about the show. We don't have a crack staff.
Yeah.
We don't have a crack staff to be like, yeah, these women still work here, and they told like everybody's fired or disgruntled, left. So you got an extra grind.
Well, no, I'm telling you, like, there's a couple of them where I'm like, really?
Yeah, you should be happy somebody was.
We gotta be careful now. We be on that.
Maybe you busted, dog.
Every his radio show.
If you
think
ugly,
that women just need to.
Just if you're an ugly woman.
I think society needs to understand what sexual harassment is. Kind of the same way that society needs to understand what bullying is and what it is not.
Now, bullying is a rite of passage, man.
What?
Of course you say that. But like,
I grew up with bullies, man, and I turned out
when
just
Jeezy
fine.
pushes me because he body checks me because he's 7 times my size, that's not bullying.
I think she called you fat.
I didn't call him fat, but he's a really tall.
Hey, you know, speaking of that,
his hand is twice the size of mine.
Speaking of bullying today, so I was with some people, and one of the people there. Okay, listen, I'm gonna be very descriptive here. Make sure I'm doing this right. It was a girl. She had her thumb in her nostril. Okay, she had her thumb jammed in her nostril, probably close to knuckle deep. Right, and she's pulling and tugging, and then she pulls it out. She takes her index finger, rolls, and goes and looks at it, and then puts it in her mouth. And now the noise is like,
ew.
She makes noise like that, and she says, "Boogers are delicious," right?
That's disgusting.
Now, typically that doesn't bother me, but the noise and if you saw
it was gummy,
and if you saw everything that was happening,
that's gross.
Like literally, my stomach was doing cartwheels, man. And I've seen lots and lots of things, but for some reason the thumb and the noise. And then just like looking at it and then eating it, I don't understand that behavior. Like I don't. But she said it was yummy. Like it tasted good to her to eat them, and she was going straight from nostril to mouth.
So y'all think of the problem with bullying?
NTM.
Yeah, no, that's but
nostril to mouth.
Right.
Gross.
So Moose. And Ron.
My stomach's doing the cartwheel right now.
LGZ.
So you have a problem with bullying?
Eating boogers. That's my problem.
What about bullying? What's your stance?
I'd rather you bully somebody than eat boogers.
What's your rule?
I think that bullying is real, but I think a lot of people don't know what the difference between somebody's a jerk and somebody is a bully. I feel like it's this taboo word that everybody just wants to use.
Well,
see, this
I'm gonna tell you right now.
If I had to guess,
from the educational system, I have to investigate that stuff all the time. And so, like, I mean, I know what the definition is, you know. So go ahead. I'm sorry, but
if I had to guess, Moose was a bully growing up. Ron was the bully, the one being bullied growing up. Would that be fair to say?
No.
Would that be a fair? You was a bully?
Yeah, Probably.
In your circle?
I was kind of an asshole.
But basically, what I'm saying, in every circle, there's a bully.
Every
circle, there's.
I want to say when I was very young, like when I was in IPS, I was bullied by like sixth graders. You know, I was a pretty big second grader.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a few sixth graders that would fight me. I wasn't scared to fight them, but when you're in second grade, it's hard to beat up a sixth grader.
Right.
And so, I think that I was those guys that would try to fight me when I was in second grade. It was very difficult for me. Right? I might have been. It was third grade. It was third grade to sixth grade, right? Which is still not a fair. It's not a fair scuffle. I didn't back down from them, but it was very nerve-wracking. I can remember, right? I can almost call their names, but matter of fact, a couple of them are not even living anymore.
Mm-hmm. So it all worked on the end.
They stayed bullies. They stayed bullies forever, and then the people ended up killing them. But as I got older, I did not want to go out like that, and so I can tell you that I did some things where me being a nice guy helped me out.
Yeah, but see,
in the future.
Well, people don't. It's like what Moose just said. One thing about growing up is those that bully typically don't. As my dad will say, "Don't worry about you in the paper." It pretty much ends. I mean, it ends the way it's supposed to end. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
I'm gonna tell you. I mean, both the guys that I remember vividly that were several years older than me that wanted to fight me all the time. Both of them are deceased.
Yeah, same with me. 3 of the guys just bullied me growing up. Yeah, they're not here, and they've been gone like literally since I was like probably like a teen. One of them died when I was like a teenager. Another one died like I was in my 20s.
Yeah.
But you see it coming, like you know what's gonna happen. Like that, you can't be that way. Life has a way of weeding out the ones supposed to be weeded out.
At some point,
it's gonna catch up with you. The way you living will catch up with you. So it's like. I think when it comes to bullying, our parents told us to stand up for ourselves. Parents today don't teach their kids how to stand up for themselves. They rather go and blame and go and try and help and all that kind of stuff. Like, no, man. It's a rite of passage because when you grow up, part of growing up is going through those phases and understanding, teaching your child, like, look, it sucks now, but trust me, it gets better.
Right.
As you go along, like high school might be the worst years of your life, but guess what? Once you pass through that phase, then college coming in, college might be a whole different circumstance for you. Mm-hmm. It will change for you.
Right.
Then as you progress in life, when you become, if you go on the right path, you're gonna be in a position because you're smart, you're whatever. They making fun of you for being smart. But guess what? Now you're gonna be the boss. Yeah. But your parents, instead of teaching them those lessons, they want to make excuses and little Tommy just need give some ice cream and all that kind of craziness. And so we end up with a world full of people that you can't say rescues.
I mean, I do like ice cream. You see, way to tie that in.
Yeah.
Man, you've been doing this a couple minutes.
Yeah, a couple minutes.
That was good. I'm proud of you.
I think parents also need to have the conversation with their kids of standing up for other people too. Like, maybe that kid doesn't have anybody to sit and eat lunch with. Go sit and eat lunch with him one day. Like,
but when it,
I think empathy is something that gets lost.
I get that, but when does kids have to eat lunch with somebody? Like, when did that become a thing? Like when did that become? Oh, he's sitting by himself. That's bullying. No, he stinks.
No, it's not bullying.
He stinks. He smells. I don't want to sit by him.
Weird acting.
It's weird. I don't want to sit by him.
He talks to himself.
It's cool. Then he the one that shoot up the whole school. Who knows, man? We don't have to manage kids. Kids have a way they do like everybody else. They herd into their own little groups.
Yes, they do.
There's always gonna be cliques everywhere. We did this show. One of our first shows was Crew Thick. And Moose, it's funny how Crew's called Crew Dynamics. Remember that show we did? And everybody got their crew dynamic.
That's true.
It's weird when I'm with Moose and then Omar show up. Because Omar ain't part of the crew. He ain't part of he my crew, but he ain't part of our crew. So it's always
Call
weird
that
because
mixing friend.
you mixing them up. So so it's like you tie in, like, if I go over Moo's house and let's say his cousin show up, like him and his cousin got a bond and they friend all got bond, and I'm the odd man out.
Yep.
But then when me and Moose get together and then let's say like cousin Ross
on the couch or something.
Yeah, so they show up and it's like it's different crews and different
That's true.
And you learn like different pecking orders of the crew you in.
Man, you listen to Heavy Hitters Radio Show. This is Moose, a.k.a. Big House, man. That voice you heard dropping, man. Science was the star of the show. The one, the only Jeezy, man, and the lady in the house, man. That voice that you hear from the female persuasion is the one, the only Run. E-M-C. Yeah, that's her, man. And so, hey, I tell you what, you listen to us. I think we're getting ready to go to the 12 DJs of Christmas over at the Pan Am Plaza. It's put on by Indiana Jones and all his crew over there, man. Rusty Redenbacher, who's been a part of our thing before, and Top Speed, man. Shout out to DJ Top Speed and some of the other guys. Look out, and some of the other ones that have been on the show here and there and doing some different things. We're gonna go check them out. All right, hey, it's Christmas time. And I wish. Now that I think about it, I wish I wasn't on this device, so we could play some Black Christmas music for y'all. You know what I'm saying? But that's where we are. Are you gonna check that message out?
Say something about Nelly. Something happened to Nelly.
I have no idea. I have no idea. Hey, so I tell you what, man, check us out. I tell you what, if you're making big money and you're paying taxes, you got a discount coming up. If you're middle class or low class, you're in a little bit of trouble. That's how it's going down now. So
it passed?
Well, it passed the first part. It's got to go through the second part. And they're trying to push it and get it done before Christmas, which is Monday. So, and then they're going to break, I believe, after that.
It's amazing how they just push through stuff like literally like in 3 days. Like, stuff that should take some time.
Yeah.
And now we're gonna go ahead and wait. We're going to wait till Christmas Eve when everybody finna walk out and be like, that sign is. That's so shady,
That's kind of what's happening, So man, you know what? The huge tax bills out there, and it's going to happen at some point. So we'll definitely see how that goes. They're still doing the investigations on Russia and whether they were tampering. And the big thing that I don't know if our listeners are even into or not is the fact that President Trump wanted to change the capital from Tel Aviv to Israel, and it just turned the Arab world into an uproar because where Tel Aviv was, it was kind of held by one group, which were the Christians, and now where he wants to move it to is kind of half Arab, half
to Jerusalem.
To Jerusalem, right? So it's half Christian, half Muslim, and the Muslims are going to kind of make that their holy land since Tel Aviv was already, you know what I'm saying? And now like it's all pissed off, man. And so we'll definitely see how that shakes out. But right now, everybody's kind of trying to chill because it's a holy time of year, for most staunch religious folks.
It's amazing how that all kind of lines up together, but that's a whole other show.
Well, that's how it goes.
Everybody religious holidays is like the exact same time.
Yeah, because there's really only one big fella. It just comes in many facets.
Yeah, who wasn't even born in December.
Or it can be a big chick. I guess if that's what you want to do.
It's not a big chick. It's just literally the sun in the sky.
All right, so man, hey, I tell you what, heavy hitters. We talk about all the things. It's not just one. Remember, we the guys you want to hang with.
Yeah.
With a chick that hangs out every now and again.
Yeah. Every now and then.
And folks, I can tell you that in 2018 we are going to come back, man, funky fresh.
Yeah, we off for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
we'll be off until after the new year.
We'll take a break, right? So So you know what I mean. So we're gonna be taking a break. And we're going to come back. Matter of fact, you might see some little shows. Matter of fact, we might even do a little something from 12 DJs. We get an opportunity. Are you cool with that?
Yep.
We got our canned goods available, so we're going to go in there and donate to the Gleaners Food Bank of Indiana. So if folks, if you get a chance, by the way, you know what? Donate a couple dollars to your favorite organization, or even just give a couple dollars to a homeless cat that's right there, you know, just directly, you know, and help them out this holiday season. I tell you what, man, this is Moosagate Big House for A Jeezy and Run EMC. Remember, we are where you are.
So get comfortable.
And come on in.
What? Me too.
Me too. Your mom.
Christmas show, man. Merry Christmas.
Merry
man.
Christmas. What a ho ho ho.